Hi everybody, and welcome to another game video review on Low on Health, where I kind of go over what games I've been playing recently. For this particular set of game reviews slash mentions, this is kind of a compilation of a bunch of music games I've played recently, or expansions or add-on packs. Of course, the main game that came out recently, of course, is Rock Band 3. But I do want to mention, before I got to Rock Band 3, I was renting like older versions or just older expansions of the kind of music genre games. In which case, I did Guitar Hero All Stars, or Guitar Hero Greatest Hits. In which case, they took all like the backlog of Guitar Hero, games, ones that were just specifically guitar oriented and not the band oriented with drums and vocals and whatnot, and they kind of made a compilation album for the Guitar Hero people, which was kind of cool. It was really nice. One thing that I do kind of like that the Guitar Hero series has done, as opposed to Rock Band, is Guitar Hero has pumped out game after game expansion, ban this, ban that, which is great if you're in the rental business like I am and you just like to rent the games, as opposed to Rock Band, who has just core elements and core games and then mainly rely on DLC, which is great too. I mean, they both are good in their own right. Of course, I think Rock Band's better than Guitar Hero. But Guitar Hero Greatest Hits was really cool because they not just had like previous 1, 2, and 3 reincarnations of the songs, like the selection. They also pulled stuff from like their 80s, Guitar Hero 80s, Aerosmith, Metallica, and their different band ones too. So it was a nice compilation disc of all the different Guitar Hero songs that have been, available, which have of course been available for DLC. Playing it though, I realized I really just don't like the whole Guitar Hero aesthetic or look compared to the Rock Band. I did like they had a very robust character creator, which is nice. It's always good to kind of customize your characters and whatnot. But overall, the Greatest Hits was great as just an expansion to have more songs to play and whatnot. But I really just didn't dig it that much. I also let me go and get a video up here, just showing some stuff real quick. This is of course I'm still talking other stuff, but Guitar Hero also Rock Band has also released expansion packs, in which case they've released a country, classic rock, metal, of course, and Beatles and Green Day, which I've done already. I never actually got a chance to get the classic rock expansion. Apparently, it never made it through GameFly. It never came up available. But I did get the metal and metal and country, I believe. Let me check my notes real quick. I've played so many freaking things. Country and metal, I was able to get. In which case, country was okay. Once again, I'm not a big country fan, but I was able to recognize some of the songs. I was like, oh, I know at least 4 or 5 of those songs, and they were decent. The metal pack, I only knew one of the songs, and it was just atrocious to play through. I'm not a big metal fan, and of course, the drum element of any type of metal song is a little bit more hardcore. But, yeah, and the metal one also, the metal expansion pack glitched on me, and wouldn't give me the achievement for playing all the songs. And I know it's not that big of a deal, but I'm a big achievement whore, as everybody knows. So I was kind of disappointed that I was like, oh, I even played like the last 3 set songs again to see if it would pop and get the achievement, and it didn't. I was like, whatever, forget it. But, I do want to mention, of course, that brings me to, get Rock Band 3, which is the big to-do. I love the Rock Band series. I love it because of the drums. I'm a big kind of drum fan now because I did Guitar Hero 1 and 2, got my fill of the guitar, moved on to the drums. Rock Band 2, I went to Walmart at midnight to get it, and I loved it. I do have the Rock Band 2 drum kit with 2 cymbals. And as you all know, before with Rock Band 2, the cymbals and everything were just still mapped to the pads. Let me go ahead and bring up the drums. We're just mapped to the pads. The cool thing about Rock Band 3 in its pro mode, basically it has little cymbal notes, as you can see there, that actually mean hit the cymbal for that note. And you can customize which cymbals you have. Like I just have the hi-hat and the crash. I don't have a rat, I don't have a blue. So you can actually tell it that, and it'll recognize it, and it just kind of adds an extra lane of notes for you, which is kind of cool. I really enjoyed it. Of course, drums is probably the easiest one to transition to. You can also, in Rock Band 3, hook it up to where you can have 2 bass pedals that either operate as a hi-hat, but only for the drum fill, or a double bass pedal, in which case I tried out the double bass pedal and couldn't really get used to the double bass pedal for whatever reason. Like, a lot of songs don't utilize it, and it just takes some getting used to, so I didn't bother. But I really like Rock Band 3. Darren, who's one of my Xbox Live friends, he mentioned the first day I was talking about it, and he didn't really kind of like the new design. It wasn't that intuitive to him. It was kind of convoluted. It kind of does take a while to get used to. There's no career mode. You basically have a bunch of challenges that you have to do and whatnot, which is cool. There's a lot of content packed into the game, too. I'm just going to focus real quick on the drums. What I really like what they did with the drums is they actually gave you the option, too, to take away the drum fills. Those lanes that you can do whatever you want and then hit the cymbal to activate star power. They didn't get rid of those. They gave you the option to get rid of them and just basically hit the symbol when you need to, like in the Beatles game, which I think is one of the things I've been not complaining about. One of the things I wish they had changed and gave you the option to have, and they did, and I love that. They also give you the option to take out missed notes, like say when you miss a note, it makes that noise like or whatever. You can actually toggle that off, which isn't that big of a deal. But sometimes if you get into a spiff and you just get a little sidetrack, it kind of throws you off. And they gave you the option to get rid of that, so I really like that. They got a lot of really cool functions in it. I really did enjoy playing the drums on it, and basically the drums also is backwards compatible with all the DLC and all of the other songs, which is great. I also this time around with Rock Band 3, I also decided to actually play a little bit of the drums, the guitar, the bass, and the singing because there were achievements involved. But it was kind of fun just to kind of get back to the guitar, and then when I did the bass, I actually just played it up strings only. And when I did the singing, I was kind of surprised. The singing was really easy. Of course, I tried it normally, but then I realized whatever the mechanic is for singing with Rock Band for medium, didn't matter what the rating was. I basically would just go and just keep a solid note, and I was able to actually get almost 5 stars on some of the songs, which was really kind of weird and interesting. Now the other two pro modes for Rock Band, along with harmonies too, was basically they have keyboards. They added keyboards, and you can actually do keyboard pro mode. A regular keyboard is just basically the 5 lanes like the guitar, and you can actually do guitar and bass tracks with it. But there's a pro mode that actually will have all the keys, and that is something I'm kind of looking forward to doing, but I wasn't going to invest in it. Like I said, I just rented Rock Band 3. I didn't buy it financial, whatever. But the cool thing is that Rock Band 3 is just full of content. So there you go. That shows like all the keyboards and everything. I like that song too, the Oh My God song. But that shows you how to do the keys and actually shifts the key lanes too, which is cool. So the cool thing about Rock Band 3 is so much content. They loaded the thing with content. They have, of course, the drum trainer, the promos, unpromos, tons of challenges, 83 songs. What was really weird is I found that actually if you did all the Rock Band challenges, kind of the career mode, you don't actually end up playing all the songs. This right here, of course, will show you what the guitar looks like, the pro guitar. Now, the problem with the pro guitar is it's a big chunk of change. I'm definitely not going to invest it. But they also are releasing like a MIDI controller, so you can actually a MIDI adapter for the Xbox, so you can use a MIDI keyboard or guitar or drum kit, which is also cool. Which again, just mentioning they loaded this thing with content. From the presentation side of Rock Band 3, I really love the fact that, of course, you can make your own band. Of course, I made my usual band of my Fiona chick, tall, redhead, skinny, wearing kind of like the red bikini and red short shorts. But then I was like, hey, I'm just going to make my whole chick band. So I had like a long hair, brown hair chick, of course, just with the brown top and kind of a nice skirt. And then another chick that would basically play bass. She had the bangs, black hair with the bangs down, of course, with the black bikini top and shirted up jeans. And then I made myself as an avatar, my blue shirt, my khaki pants and everything. And it was kind of cool just to have like the Jimmy and the Chicks band, or Skedaddle, of course, was my band. One thing of note, Darren, of course, complained about, you can only have one band in the Rock Band 3 per play. But that's, whatever. I could easily, it's not that big of a deal. But it's cool that when you have your band, there are really no loading screens. What they do, there are loading screens, but they're basically animated to an extent. Basically, it'll take your band and put them in different situations, like them going through a drive-thru, them getting on a bus, on a plane, out of a bus, onto a plane, setting up for their gigs, setting up their drums, setting up the guitars. So basically, there's no stupid load screen telling you, hey, to activate star power, do this. I mean, it doesn't have kind of the band facts, which I kind of did enjoy, but it was just nice to kind of always have like something moving. And then, of course, at different menus and whatnot, you would also have your band just walking around or in the kind of their studio area. And I thought that was just amazing. And, of course, like the kind of career progression to a point, they would have little vignettes and everything of them doing stuff. And I just really liked them. Having your personal avatars and your personal band in there doing stuff was just amazing. And I also like the fact that I want to say the visuals for the character models and everything was kind of upped up a little bit. It definitely looked a little bit more polished. One thing I didn't like about the kind of the character customization is that you didn't buy clothes anymore. To unlock different clothes, you have to do different challenges. So that means if I really liked a piece of clothing, which I really wanted a very good bikini, but I couldn't get it because you had to get 1,000,000 points in one song, and I couldn't do it by myself, that kind of sucked. Like you have to do certain drum things or guitar things to unlock certain pieces of clothing, and I really do kind of miss the whole currency part of it. Another thing which kind of was on is that basically each song now, in like let's say the career or the road challenges, give you like a separate thing to do, like either activate star power, try to get as many combos, try to do this or that. They earn spades, which is kind of their equivalent of fans. They progress. I didn't really like it that much because it kind of detracts you from the game, but granted that's what quick play is for. It did kind of add of a challenge, but there was just, it just kind of threw you off because it adds more stuff to the screen. Like you have like multipliers and stuff, and it's just like, I just want to play the game. In which case, that's quick play. But once again, I think that just comes down to them adding a bunch of features, and I really can't fault Rock Band against that. It just did a really good job. In the party element, which I haven't done yet, I see it's gonna be really good because they have like a central. Every player has their own little like menu to drop in, drop out. You can change the difficulty on the fly during a song and it doesn't stop the song. So if you're at a party and the drums are getting too hard or too light, you can easily just switch it right there on the fly as everybody else is playing. So they did a really good job addressing that issue and just kind of make it more party friendly. And then of course if you factor in, of course, the pro guitars and all that cool stuff and all the little extras that I mentioned, it's just a really solid game. I do kind of regret not buying it, but I'll probably get it on the cheap and I'll get the keyboards and whatnot. I do kind of wish I had an extra cymbal. Like you definitely notice missing a ride, a blue cymbal compared to the drum pad, but that's, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But I enjoyed playing Rock Band 3 immensely. It is weird achievement-wise, not to just mention that real quick, but there are some like achievements that don't tell you they're DLC achievements, but in order to play and unlock them, you need to actually have downloadable songs and play them. It didn't really tell you that off the go, and some of them are just kind of vague and it's kind of confusing. But it is ironically, Rock Band 3 is one of the songs where it is probably the only music game that I got the most achievements in. Like I was able to just plow through them because they have a lot, which is great and everything. But overall, Rock Band 3, I enjoyed it immensely. Definitely recommend it to any music fan, and I will be, of course, probably buying it down the road and do anticipate playing it at various Rock Band events. Other than that, that's really about it. I like to always thank you guys for playing, and for watching, and I will catch you next time.